All right, now let's talk about the 3 rules of money. All right, so I'm going to be pretty precise on this. I feel that everybody needs to understand these 3 rules in order to get ahead in life, in order to build wealth, in order to make sure your money is doing what you want it to do. Okay, the first is understanding the rule of 72. It's compounding interest. To me, I think that's the number one component in finance, in all of finance. Okay, because the rule of 72 is really about time and how money grows over that time. So imagine if you're 29 years old, you have $10,000 from an old 401k, or you just have $10,000 you just want to invest. You put it into the bank. Okay, well, you've put it into a checking account, it's not going to grow much, but over time, if you put it in the right investment tool, it's going to grow considerable from the time you're 29 to the time you're 65. So I'm going to dive into that a little bit more in detail, but that's the number one component. The second component, which is, I believe, critical that anybody, if you're going to get into any type of investment, is how does your money grow? Okay, understanding where you're putting your money and understanding how to monitor that. If you hire somebody to do it, great. You're going to pay fees, which is fine, and making sure that they do a good job. However, you need to understand where you're putting your money and how is your money growing in that particular product. Whether it be in a bank account, a deferred account like a 401k, or a variable account in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or an index fund. Okay, so those are the 3 usually spots where people put their money, as well as assets like in houses and precious metals and other things like that. All right, the third component, which is also very critical that everybody needs to start paying attention to. I think most people do not pay attention to this piece. That is, how is your money taxed? How are you taxed? Because it's not so much about how much you earn, it's how much do you get to keep. Okay, so if you understand how your money's taxed, you'll understand where to put it, because where you can grow it the best, where you can protect it, where it's tax-free, understanding those types of investments, okay? Making sure you understand those 3 rules of money. If you can just focus on those 3 things, you will get ahead in life.